And we are live with another episode of the 2neSquad podcast. I am your host, Brad Ram, with my co-host.
It's your boy Cartoon. What's happening?
And today we got a special guest, Mr. Area 13. What's up, man?
Up, though.
Pleasure.
How you feeling, man?
Good. A little cold here. We're in Florida, and it's in the 40s, so we're not used to that. So.
Oh yeah, that's how it is over here. It was in the 30s today. We had snow. Had snow this morning, so thank God for that. It's over.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to our guests. Thanks for joining us. Knowing you for a few years now, big time collector, just cool dude. Your top 3 sneakers of all time. But first, tell us what was the shoe that got you into collecting?
Well, for me, I walked into 7th grade, and there were my two best friends were twin brothers, Jason and Justin, and they always had whatever the newest sneaker was, but they never bought the same ones. They each got one. So I walked in one day, and Jason had on 1989 white cement Jordan 4s.
Oof.
And that shoe, when I saw it, I'd never seen that color before, the speckle on it. Like it was just a really cool, sneaker, you know? And so from then on, like I just paid attention to what was on people's feet. So it's kind of like everyone always says, you make, foot contact before you make eye contact. Like from then on, I was always looking at people's sneakers and what, because like I said, Jason got those, Justin got Reebok pumps. He got the Omni pumps. So they always had like whatever was hot at the time. They always got those. So that was a shoe for me. So I was lucky enough to find. So I've got a 99.
Oh,
mine
I can't find 99, but this is. I can't find 89, so this is 99, unrestored, still, you know. But I ended up grabbing a second pair, and we did a midsole swap. So this is the pair you'll see me post on Instagram. I still have a pair that I wear.
Let's go, man.
We did a midsole swap on. So this is a 99 that I still wear all the time.
Yeah, that's how mine look right now.
So this was the shoe that started it. And then, but still, I didn't have my first pair of Nikes till like 8th, 9th grade. Because for me, I had to buy my own sneakers. Like I was, so spending that kind of money wasn't something that was something I could do myself. So I think my first pair of Nikes I ever got were like the Nike Air Force 2s.
Oh yeah, the Barclays.
Yeah. So it wasn't until high school when I started. I was playing tennis and stuff, and I was getting into. I had Agassiz, Reebok pumps. Just kind of following the trends, because back then it was like you wanted to wear whatever your favorite athlete at the time was wearing. That was how you showed support. So I mean, you had people wearing And1, you had people wearing all different stuff growing up,
Right.
So it was just different. So I'd say white cement 4 is probably that shoe, and then from then it's I've got AirTech Challenges I love. That was my most recent pickup. I got the these I just re-released, the Racer Pink.
Clean.
I got a pair of those too. Wait, so tell us your top 3 favorite shoes of all time. Can you do it? It's hard, man.
White cement 4. I'm going to say white cement Supreme SB.
Oh.
Would be number 2. And then my third pair was going to be probably the Colette Busy P Air Force 1.
Oh, wow. Wow. I wasn't expecting that one, man. Nah, I wasn't expecting that one. So he came. See, that's what I like about this guy. And I watch his he has a podcast too. He goes live and it's cool. It's really, really fun. And I like that he pulls out the shoes. Like he shows you like, yo, this is it right here. And which brings us to pickups. you show those Agassiz. I actually copped those too. Cartoon, what you got, man?
Oh, I'm light, man. I had to grab these little Dion's, bro, to add to the Dion collection. And we got shirts coming out, I think, next month. So I went back and get all the old school stuff that I had that I didn't have back in the day. And I know this is a new color, but I'm waiting on that white and red one. They dropped that again. I'm getting that, but something like
those were tough. The white red ones were tough, man.
No, the white and red. Oh, gee, I need that back. They got the black and white, but yeah, something like.
Well,
no, December killed me.
I gotta pick these up. These are the Neptune SBs. I already had a pair, but they weren't. This pair is OG all the laces, everything, and I told myself, well, I'll just justify buying them by selling my other pair. But I actually, like I told y'all off air, I actually gave them to this kid. So anyway, so I did. So that was my pickup.
Thanks.
But today, I really wanted to talk about Jordan Brand, the black and red ones, the rollout, the recent information we got about it. I mean, I'll start with you, Cartoon, and then we'll go to Area 13. Like, tell me, what were your thoughts when you found out the rollout and how these shoes are going to be released? Bro,
not even gonna front with you, bro. I was at work. So mind you, when all we've been seeing the little pictures here and there, all the little UAs popping up, or people saying they got them. We seeing all that on IG, right? So, so we're not paying attention to it. We're just knowing that they it's getting close to the date. Right. So yesterday I'm at work and I'm getting like random text message. Hey, such and such. I'm like, what? Hey, you know. I'm like, bro, what are we talking about? Then I hopped on IG like, yo, what is? I seen the post where all the stores are going to be. Still needs 3 more to be announced. The only 10K pairs and all of that. So I'm saying, for me, that's gonna be tough for everybody. Yeah. I don't see where it's gonna, But then again, I said this last year. I said this year, 2025, most releases are going to look like the 14s, the 14s and the 17s, where you're going to get the 17 style releases that's only at the tier 0 spots, like you premium goods, this, that, and the third, or whatever. Then you're going to get that small release, like the 14s. I think the biggest amount most stores got was probably like 60. I don't know. I'm just going by what I've seen, and I know a couple Foot Lockers that didn't get them. I know some Shoe Palaces that did get the 14s, but that's what I'm looking at. So I'm thinking it's going to be a lot of releases, small quantities.
Which 14s are you referring to?
Black Toes. The Black Toes that came out last year.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I slept on those. Yeah, I definitely slept.
I think we're still going to get some of our regular general releases. I think the 5s are going to be a general release. Anything that's probably dropping in kids and babies is going to be a regular general release. But all the other stuff, we looking at probably small quantity.
Area 13, how you feel about it? What do you think about the rollout? I think it was kind of a big topic of discussion within our group chat.
Yeah. Listen, it's a big topic of discussion, and then when you wear a bigger size, you already know your outlook is pretty bleak as far as securing a pair. I think, like you guys both mentioned, it was all leaked early, and then these little blurbs are coming out as far as where they're going to be, how many are out there. Originally, it was possibly a GR. Now it's not. Now it's super limited. And I'm seeing things that are saying, but don't worry, shattered backboard ones are going to be GRs. They're going to be everywhere. Unions, the new Union red and gray are going to be GRs. Are going to be everywhere. So I don't know if this is part of their strategy because they're going to make these super limited and then follow up with the black toes, and those are going to be all over the place. So, it's like a consolation prize, for those that can't get the breads. I don't know.
Right.
You know, I it's a smart play by them. I know what they're trying to do, and they're trying to get their again. They're publicly traded. They've got stockholders. They've got to make them look good, and you know they know they know the shoe's going to sell out. They're starting to do what we all had wanted over the years, which is open up the vault and bring back some of these classics. You know, so
do you think that's going to generate interest into the brand?
Into the brand, probably not. Respectfully. So if you take it back to when releases like this used to come out for us, it was a little safer time to camp out for sneakers. It was a different time where you weren't seeing a sneaker 3-4 months before it dropped.
Exactly.
You know, so it was just different. Like you didn't have the list of the 23 stores that were going to get them. You didn't know size runs and quantities. Like it was just more, you know, calling around and it was just a different time. I don't necessarily know if it's going to bring what Nike's hoping for. It'll definitely bring the resellers back. And I think that can be a little worrisome because you've already seen Nigel try and do his little thing the other day with his, you know, van pulling up and it getting shut down like instantly in New York. So I, you know, we're just in a different time where we can't really do these big things like that in public because it brings chaos, unfortunately, and people don't know how to act in these times right now, especially when you get a sneaker and retails $150 and you can resell it for $1,000 or whatever it might be. Like you got people doing dumb things for a couple $100 of profit.
Right.
You know, so I don't.
Good point.
It's just a different thing, you know. Yeah.
Cartoon, what you think, man? Is this a type of move that's going to generate more interest or draw people back into the brand because it's now a coveted thing? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I've been in retail, shoe retail since 2002. So I've seen the fluctuation of Jordan's always going to be top dog, Jordan and Nike regardless, but you're going to have certain years where you're going to get Adidas pop up, like the whole Kanye when he first got with Adidas and they did the Ultra Boost and that was a big thing and it knocked out the running shoes for Nike, it knocked out Air Max, but then the following year they dropped Vapor Max Plus and all of a sudden their Vapor Max are crazy and Air Max is Nike is crazy again. So I think everything has its breathing space. One thing that I've lived by that I've seen since 2002, since I got in the actual physical being on the ground floor, is that Jumpman symbol ain't gonna ever die. It don't matter what comes out, who comes out with what brand decides to spark interest on TikTok or whatever the case may be. That Jumpman symbol won't ever die. That Nike sign won't ever die. It's too much behind it. So last year, you know, like he said, you know, Adidas basketball shoe was the number one basketball shoe. It's gonna have its run. We'll see what it turns out, you know. So I guess it all just depends on where you at, the geographics, what's going on. Asics has had a run last year. The Asics may have another big year, New Balance. But they all look like the whole designer shoes. So we'll see how long that trend rolls. People been wearing skinny jeans for the past 5 years. Now all of a sudden it's not cool no more. Now they're wearing baggy stuff again. So we'll see. We'll see. I think Jordan Brand, Nike, they know what they're doing. They know they just finna hit everybody upside the head for this 40th anniversary. Let it breathe. Then just come back with the 45 and the 45th anniversary. Then it's gonna be a 50th. So, and like you said, we opened up the vault. It's a lot of stuff about to come out. There's a lot of stuff they ain't touched yet. But again, like you said, these kids, they didn't grow up like that. Right. They wear what they wear. They like what they like. And whatever TikTok tell them is cool, it's going to be cool. Yeah.
How do y'all feel about the shape of those ones? Because, you know, we have those people that do those like bespoke Jordan 1s where they go and they make them, they're handmade and they're made to look like the OGs. They even have the little card. attached to them and everything. Do you think that? And I don't know if y'all saw the promo video that Jordan Brand released about how they deconstructed some 1985 ones, and the gentleman was saying that you had different factories, so it was kind of difficult for them to go back and reverse engineering. Do y'all think that maybe Jordan or Nike should have outsourced to some of those guys who are doing the bespoke shoes, who in my opinion, the shape of them looks really, really good, and some of them look better than the shape of the ones that are going to be released. We'll start with you, Mr. Cartoon.
My question is, I just got a simple question. Would you consider that shoe a fake?
See, you trying to go down a rabbit hole.
I'm just saying.
Like I'm not going. Look, I'm not going to Wonderland with you today.
I'm just saying.
It's not gonna happen. No, I mean. That's why I said.
Okay. Forget it. We'll go to back to.
Okay, we'll go to Area 13. What do you think? Do you think that they should outsource? Because some of these guys.
Yes, the answer is yes. The answer is yes.
The answer is yes for sure.
Yes.
Some of these guys, I mean, they only do that. Like their artistic career is like Foxtrot uniform. Like they hand make 85s and old dunks. Like that's all they try to do is bring us back to that vintage era. So like they definitely should have. And I'm sure they could have done that, and whether it's with collaboration or giving them some sort of credit towards it, or letting them be a spot that allows to resell them, or have them for retail. But yes, I feel like they should have, because they've got a lot of knowledge, especially in that, because they've been doing it way before this came up for them to open up the vault. They've been doing it for years now. So.
Right. And there's one guy, I think his name is like Mercury. Help me out, Area 13.
Mercury MFG. Yeah, Mercury MFG.
That guy's a beast, man. I like the shape of his ones. And I really wish that someone like the likes of that Mercury guy would just sell his molds, whatever it is, whatever his measurements, however he does it, just sell that to them. And I think they will be like right on point.
But once you sell it to him, that means he ain't gonna be able to do it no more. So,
man, he could probably negotiate something to where he could still do it, because I'm surprised they haven't put like a cease and desist on him or something, because they're doing that. It's happened. We're seeing that happen.
I mean, but it brings eyes to the company as well, though. So good and bad.
Definitely free promotion. It definitely. It really, really, really is. Yeah, so that's interesting. So let me ask y'all this, and I'll go to Area 13. What's the shoe that you are most looking forward to that's dropping this year by Jordan Brand? Besides the white, that's implied. That's our we
are.
This besides that one, I should have said.
I need another.
Probably these, if I can get it on.
That ain't no. That's a
cool.
If I can get another one, I will.
I was outside for that.
You ain't playing fair, man. You ain't playing fair tonight, man.
Hell no.
There's a lot of stuff coming out that I'm fortunate that my pairs, like the shattered backboard stuff, are still in good condition. Or my, I've shared them already. I have the black metallic 5s, but I had someone stitch the 23, like the OG font on the outside. For me, I've dedicated this year to, if my pair is good and I can't hit for retail, then I'm going to continue to find like pairs that I missed and going back and trying to get those, because everyone's going to be so focused on the new stuff that maybe I can snag some of the stuff I missed.
No facts.
But Galaxies are up there. Galaxies are up there if I can double up.
Whew. You heard those.
I try to get them. I missed that.
You remember when those dropped. Didn't we have All-Star Weekend? Where was All-Star Weekend that year?
It was in Houston.
Yeah, that was.
It was the Galaxy dropped that year. And that was the white cements came out that year too.
Threes. Yeah.
Yep. I was outside in the day. I ended up getting my hands on the Dave White ones. Out of all of the stuff that came out, I got them.
Yeah, that was a cool era. I remember seeing Kobe at the Galleria and the place erupted. Let me ask you this: what are you looking forward to this year?
I'm playing it by ear, just like last year, man. I'll wait to see what's really gonna release, what's not, because I know it was about 10 different shoes that didn't pop up last year that was supposed to come out. So as of right now, the 10s. I need a fresh pair of the 10s. I need the toe box. If they're gonna do it, I need it. I might double up.
Okay.
I might
Cool.
everything is. I think I had everything else so far.
The steals and the shadows, huh? You want the steals and the shadow.
Put the shadow with the toe box on it, like the
toe cap on there. Toe cap, yep.
Toe cap, I get.
What about you?
I got them off eBay not too long ago, so I ain't worried about those. But if they do the toe cap on both, I will get both.
What'd you say, Area 13? What about me?
Yeah, what about you?
I really want the grade 5s. Like, I really, really want the grade 5 fire red with the black tongue 5s.
Black tongue 5s, yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I really want because Jordan Brand usually doesn't do 2 original colors in the same year unless it's a year like this. But those 2 I'm really looking forward to. And I really want the aqua, even though I have them, that's a shoe I'm gonna buy every time I release the aqua 8s. I think they're freaking dope. But the one that I really, really, really want is going to be the Union ones, because the Union ones just hold a special place in my heart, especially the Storm Blue ones. Because I got them retail and I really didn't know what I had, and I sold them for like, oh man, it hurts to think. We talked about this here.
Yeah.
Luckily, I'm pretty confident that I'll get my hands on a pair or more. So if one of y'all needs the oop, hey, Area 13, you seem like you pretty tall, man. If you wear the same size as me, I know you pretty tall. Like you can catch that oop, man, and reverse dunk it, man. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I've already talked to the plug. I'm like, bruh,
need
a couple of those. I'm gonna need a couple, but they always do like a special release for LA. But like you said earlier, Area 13, they did like in-person raffles, and it just got crazy. People getting back in line and just crazy stuff. The first Union ones, I was able to get them, and I got both of the Union 4s. But by the time the second release came around, like the like mint color ones, I don't remember what the actual color was called. It was just like too hard. Like I entered raffles and nothing. I was like, man, because people like looping the line and you got security. Like it's just ridiculous. So hopefully they'll come up with a good system, and the locals will be able to get their hands on them. And I'll get some at retail, God willing, I'll get some from the plug. But I'll be happy to like bless the people in the community, like you two. If y'all need them, I will be glad to get y'all a pair. You know, if I can.
Absolutely, I sure appreciate it.
So I can't have you on this podcast and not bring up SB. Earlier, you talked about the vault. Now, Cartoon, you don't know this, but this guy loves SB. He's got a lot of SB dunks. He's that's how we actually bonded over SB, and then we just started talking more and more about. I was trying to get a pair of sneakers out of him for the longest. Just never let him go. I think his body would have to be like cold.
It's not. Yeah, it was never anything personal. Just it was a pair that we both know our size just never shows up like for sale.
And
wow.
Let me tell you something.
And I still wear them. So
I'm not even mad at you. The only thing is you kept posting them. I'm like, bruh.
I'm really happy to have them.
You would think that, and we're talking about the black and cement Supreme SB Dunks. You would think that was your favorite shoe and not the white and cement 4s, because you post those things all the time. I'm like,
So
bro, I message you like, bro, you're not playing.
the black pair the black pair I wear. My white pair is still dead stock. So that's why. So that's why I'm still looking for another pair of white ones, because unless I have a special event, I still can't get myself to wear that white pair yet.
Well, I have a buddy that he had two pairs. He just sold one, but he's got another one. It doesn't have the box, but it's definitely near dead stock, and it's a good pair. And I've been trying to like get my hands on those, but I have someone else that also has them, and we're talking about like a trade. We'll just see how it goes. I definitely would like to have those, but since we talked about the vault, and I know you're an SB guy, the burning question, because during the pandemic, between the pandemic and Travis Scott, we saw SB prices just shoot through the roof and become astronomical, where they were kind of dead for a long time. Like I go back on some of those groups we're in, and I look at the prices of some of these shoes. Like I was seeing red lobsters go for like $300 in like 2014, 2015. And Dooms go for like 300, 250, 400. Do you think, excuse me, do you think it's time that Nike goes into the vault and starts retroing SB? Do you think people will even care? Or do you think that that's a silhouette that we still have so many possibilities that we shouldn't even go back? We should just be moving forward. What are your thoughts?
Me personally, and I know I upset a lot of people, but that's fine. I'm okay with them bringing stuff back. Okay. I'm not one that thinks, okay, if we bring out a 2025 pair, that the 06 pair is going to plummet or not have any value. To me, the 06 pair is more valuable because the 25s are usually saturated, or they're still not the same. Like I've got both. They just re-released, the Stash Air Force Ones and Air Max 95s. I grabbed both of those. There's differences from the originals, right? The Wu-Tangs are different. So I mean, there's probably gonna be some differences. They've made differences in materials, things like that. They're not going to go through, I don't think, the trouble. And let's be honest, you've got some old pairs of SBs. The leather quality was a lot better, things like that. I'm okay with them bringing stuff back.
What would you want to see come back? What are the pairs in particular that you would love to see them retro if they did go into the vault for SB?
Let's make everyone upset. Pigeons, New York Pigeons, Harris's.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like the whole city pack. I know they re-released the Tokyos, but just the whole city pack again. Heineken's, that kind of those kind of pairs that are fetching ridiculous dollars. You've got people asking 30, 40 grand for yellow lobsters. You've got this, come on. If they want to do what would be great is to do a new version of a What the Dunk with now different, more, they could do a new current version if they wanted to, but I still think the What the should make a re-release.
Crazy.
Why not?
Yeah, I think that's I'm glad you said Heineken's, because see, Cartoon, he's not a big SB dunk, because SBs in Houston were so hard to get, especially in our size. But I would say this, I'm glad you brought up the Heineken's, because that's a shoe that there's so much mystery attached to that shoe. Just like with the Freddies. Like the
Freddies have always been weird to me, because you heard they were making them, and then there's a cease and desist, and they were all supposed to be burned, and then there was only a handful of pairs, and then there was only 20 pairs, and now you go to these God Soul events, and the guys have a whole table full of dead stock Freddies with no boxes, and they're all legit, and So I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. And you see it too. Like, there's all these ancient pairs are just suddenly coming out of storage units, and it's just strange, you know. But the Heinekens are one that again caught the cease and desist, and I don't think they were like that. I think weren't they on the shelves? I think, and then they were pulled off the shelves.
Yeah, they were released because I know that rapper Wale was saying that at the time they released, he was working on a sneaker store, and it was just funny. He has them, of course, but it's funny because he was saying like in the back in those days, somebody would come in there looking for something, like, yo, y'all got these? Like, nah, we ain't got them. And then he leave, and then someone else come in like they're cool with, like, yo, y'all got the Heinekens? Y'all got yeah, we got them. They sell them to them. That was that era of
Right.
cartoon. We used to kind of do that low key, like back in the day. Foot action, we used to low key like do that. Remember, like we had a homie, we hold it for somebody we don't really rock with like that. We like, nah, bro, I can't do it.
Yeah. As long as the money was right.
I did the same thing. I used to work at an athlete's foot in Tallahassee, and a buddy of mine played for Florida State, and my roommate was the head of security at multiple clubs in Quincy and in Tallahassee. So we kind of had a deal where I'd give a couple of the Florida State football players the shoes early, so they could wear them, and we just scanned the boxes on release day, so we didn't actually sell anything early, but just so they can get their shoes, and you know, worked out a deal to get into clubs and stuff like that. So it was I wasn't making any money. I was just giving them shoes early to get.
It was many different perks back in the day before the internet.
Correct.
Yeah,
The internet.
You can do a lot more.
That's why I feel like this too. Area 13, when you have a shoe, when you have the set, when you have the cement set, like you got the white and cements, you got the black and cement Supremes, and the red and cement, and your size, it's such a flex because I think Russ Bingston was saying that he was going to Supreme. Obviously, you know, he was one of the editors of Slam Magazine, and he was saying that he would go to Supreme because he wanted the black and cement. And he said he will go, and they're like, oh, we don't have it right now. We don't have it. And he said what he discovered was when they released them, they only released certain sizes at a time to get people to keep coming back to Supreme. And can you imagine?
Really?
Supreme wasn't the behemoth that it is now. This is circa 2002. Can you imagine? You keep going back, and then finally he went, and they're like, all right, we got it now. And he got the shoe. Like I can't imagine going into Supreme and just coming out with the black and cement. I can't, because what Supreme is now. Like if that were today, if that were a shoe releasing today, forget about it. Forget about it.
Yeah.
And reportedly, allegedly, I should say, only 500 made in each color. You know, and the black and cement and the white and cement. So
might have been less than that of each one. 300, I think.
Wow. So
three black and three.
So that's what I think. And I was told, and it's out there now, I can say it. At the time, someone was kind of telling me to keep it kind of quiet, but now it's public knowledge that allegedly Sandy Bodecker, his dying wish to Nike was that for them to never retro SB. And I think at this point they should, because I think it would honor him even more if they did it. Because you look at a shoe like the New York Pigeon, the shoe got one release. Nobody even knew what they looked like. There was basically one size run of them. And there's a guy I know, he has a size 13. I believe it's formerly PJ Tucker's, because I'm quite certain that same pair I saw at Riff LA during the pandemic. And I think they wanted like $12,000 for it. I know somebody who has it now, and he's selling it he wants like $30,000 for it. I think Nike has killed the majority of the resellers, the reselling market, when it came to Jordans in particular. I think they need to do the same thing with SB. I would like to see the Paris Dunks. I would like to see the New York Dunks, like you said, Heinekens, and those that they put a cease and desist on. I don't feel like they got an official release. So why not go to New Line Cinema and negotiate a deal to get the rights to make those Freddy SBs? Why not go to Heineken and
Right.
and you know and make that situation right and officially release that shoe? So that's my take on SB and the vault. And I think it's just something that needs to happen before people stop caring.
Because Nike is going back, and they're coming out soon. I mean, they're talking to P-Rod, and they're releasing Paul Rodriguez's line again. So they're retroing the P-Rod. So I think they're on that cusp.
The Dunk is such an inexpensive shoe for Nike to make. It's very inexpensive for them to make. No more. And I feel that they make so many regular dunks, right? And I don't think they're moving like that. Like the regular dunk line that I see, they're not selling, are they?
Selling slowly, not no more.
See?
Only because again, it died down, and then the price point went up higher. When they brought dunks back, they were $89.99, or they were $90. Right. Then it went to $9 right after COVID. Now they're $115.
Now they're $115, and the rides came out. Those are $130 now for the SBs that are what are they, like quick strikes and stuff? They're an extra $10 or $15. Yeah,
I remember what $79, $69 at Journeys back in the day.
Yeah, see, and I think like what helped Dunks was the Pandas. That really helped Dunks was the Pandas. But now that wave is completely over. But that silhouette is simple enough that I think if they took they invested all of that into SB, I think it'll be better. That's why I think like they need to strike while the iron is hot as far as SB, because it's not an expensive shoe.
I did have someone tell me that they're stocking the black and white SBs that they either just released or they're about to release. That they're going to be restocking those multiple times throughout the year.
And I don't like.
So I think that's switching from that Panda to that SB is going to be like this year's Panda, where it's always going to be available to buy.
It's so lazy to me with that gum sole. Like everything they're doing is gum sole. Like even those baby blue ones that are coming out, they got the gum sole. I'm just like, when are y'all gonna put this to bed? When y'all put this to rest?
Well, you know what? And I think if we're talking about it, I guess they're kind of testing out the waters now, because we've been getting certain silhouettes of the Dunk that's not your typical. Like they did the waffles, then they did a strawberry waffle.
Right.
Now and out a shoe. We got a couple of Dunks that's like all suede with gum bottoms, and like so they're testing out these different materials
and what the public wants. Yeah.
So we had one that looked like Toy Story. Like it kind of looked like it had Toy Story colors on it, but didn't have the name of it. So I think it was a Globetrotter pack, if I'm not mistaken, because it did have.
There was a Globetrotter. Yep.
Was that Air Force Ones too, right? So they're doing stuff like that. So maybe soon.
I don't know. I just think that at one point, as far as like with SB, I just thought it was like from the beginning to about maybe what do you say, Area 13, like 2010. I just thought it was so creative. I thought it was like the Dooms, the De La's, the Lobsters. Concepts has had some of the best collaborations with Nike SB, like with the Christmas sweaters, the Lobsters. They've had even Futures had some good ones, but I just think they need to bring in people who are creative, who are more innovative. Yeah. And
you got Nicky Diamonds with the real Tiffany Dunk.
Exactly. Those are so. That's when I asked you what your top 5 is, I think that's one of my top 5. I would put those.
Skater
Yes. Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man. Yeah, you need to get people in there that are creative. Even the jump Dunky.
I think SBs are just kind of going away because Nike is not marketing the dunk to skaters anymore. Is that kind of what it is?
No, I don't think it's that. I think that what happened was they were marketing the skaters. It was more grass because like Area 13, like the Super. Remember in the beginning how they it just seems really grassroots, like they were actually getting with skaters and giving them opportunity.
Right.
I think they need to get back there, but what happened was they were so dope, people just started collecting them who didn't skate. They start wearing
Well, I think, for example, like I'm looking over here, and you got the Ferris Bueller's, right? So
Yes.
It's not an official Ferris Bueller sneaker, but you've got the leopard print, inside the leopard print laces. You got the matching, the Quagmires, right? It's not a Family Guy collab, but it looks exactly like Quagmire's shirt and his jeans. Like,
right.
They were just creative they were creative without actually having official collabs.
Exactly. Even the skunks were,
I
I think those are just like brilliant. Whoever, I don't even smoke, but I would love those shoes.
I don't smoke either, but that's the only 420 shoe I got.
The hemps were dope.
The hemps were phenomenal. The whole pack, yep.
And I don't know why they don't make more of those. The hemps were. I just think overall, we talk about the vault. Cartoon, bring us home with this. The vault. Do you think that they should digging into the vault is looking too much in the past and neglecting the future and not trying to make things new grails for people to covet and want 20, 30 years from now, like the Nike Mag?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, if you go into a shoe store right now, half of the wall is going to be retro stuff. And that's with Nike, Jordan, that's with Adidas, that's with Reebok, everything. It was an era of shoes that was probably your best era, which will be the 90s, right? Mm-hmm. Your best era of shoes. If you have the power to bring them back, why not? I mean, you can lean towards the future. You can add the new stuff in there because some of it will hit. I've seen many tester shoes that they would drop and see how these work. And then if they don't work, we'll never see them again. And that's just we're working in retail. You got stuff that sticks, your Vapor Max Plus, the Vapor Max. Like they just tried to drift. It's a new one called the Air Max Drift. Didn't really work. What did work was a Nike LTD. It looks like a mix between a Nike Right and a Air Max 90. But those stuck. Came out a few, about 10 years ago maybe. So it's a fine line, but we always gonna get retro stuff. It's just you only get the name retro when you deal with Jordan. Because if you go to the store, you're gonna see a silhouette of an Air Max 90, but it's not gonna look like a OG Air Max 90. It's just gonna be an Air Max 90. Same with Air Max 97 and an Air Max 95. So they'll be all right.
Are Vomero still moving?
Slowly.
They had a run too. That was a hell of a run Vomero's had.
But it popped off. It was more of a limited style. Started with the DBs, and they had a couple of exclusives at different stores. I think JD had like an all baby blue one. I think another store had like all pink, and then they had, of course, the all blacks one everywhere, and then they just flushed, pushed them out. Now they don't sell.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Do
Price
y'all
point.
think that the black and metallic 5s are going to sell?
Yeah, they'll do something.
Slowly?
First release of the year.
Yeah, big one.
Well, Black Cats, but for
ain't checking for them.
Yeah. And what happened?
I'm not checking. I wasn't checking for them. I didn't get a lot of people in the chat talking about them. Did you, Area 13?
They sold out. Though.
Yeah.
They weren't too chatty about those, were they?
No.
Nah, they sold out. They sold out though, but nah.
Did they?
They had stories behind them. Like one of my partners, he had a story where he couldn't get them when they came out in 07. He cried. It was around his birthday when they came out. Couldn't get them. Aunt wouldn't buy them for him.
How old is this guy? He was too old in 07 to be crying for. I'm sorry. If you watch it, I'm sorry.
He's younger. He's younger.
Okay.
I work, but he what 10 years younger than me, some shit like that.
Okay.
So 07, you got to think he was in middle school probably.
Listen, I will give it to Nike for giving us Dion's, giving us Bo Jackson's again.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
We got Royal Pennies last year.
Yeah.
We need penny twos. Penny twos.
So I appreciate what they are doing and that they're dropping these in, and they're trying to keep us all, on the line. Growing up,
Yeah, they want those they want those 70s, those 80 babies. They still want our money. They said we're not the target demographic anymore, but they still want our money. We're putting a lot of money into it. We still are. We're still very, very much so invested into it. Well, we're gonna have to have you back, Area 13. Thanks for joining us.
For sure.
This has been so much fun. It's been so, and I'm glad that
and I'll have you guys over too. And if you guys want to show off your collections or something when you got time, that's usually what I do. Is I do collector spotlights or just kind of show what you got, and people just share 10, 15, 20 pairs of what their stories and what they love, and yeah. So I'd love to have you guys over too when you got time. Absolutely.
Oh no, we would love to. I can speak for him. We would love. So man, do this for us because we haven't had nobody come on here and do what you just did, man. Can you just show us some heat, man? Like show us like three more pair of shoes. That's just like heat, because you got it, man.
No,
you got.
So I'll show you. This is one of my latest pictures. The header right here. Do you remember what came in this?
The David Robinsons, right?
This is the Nike Air Pressure.
Yeah, where you crank them up.
So inside here,
didn't they bring out they brought the Commander back out or something like that? Was close to it. Oh yeah,
so that goes on the back. There we go. And he pumps up the collar. This is their first pump.
Look at that Nike.
Yeah, that was their answer to the Reebok pump.
That's the answer to the Reebok. Yep.
Wait, when did those come back out?
Let's see. These came out in 16.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because I was working at Chic at the time. We didn't get those. We got the other ones. Was it called the Commander or something like that? I think that's the name.
Oh, the Air Command Force. Air Command Force.
We had got a pair of those.
Let me grab a couple pairs. Here's real quick. A couple of my favorite silhouettes. So these are I'm an SC Trainer fan. They got the 96 Olympics. With the peach on the tongue.
Nice.
That was hard.
We talked about SBs, so we'll throw the Tiffany's.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And then I mentioned these as my other two favorites. So this is the Busy P Colette Air Force One collab.
All right.
Busy P was a music producer, producer for like Daft Punk. And Colette was a streetwear store over in France. So this was a collab with him. Originally, this is kind of what the shoe looked like. And he put notes all over it because they said it was too plain. So it's got a lot of little writing of them telling him it needs more colors, all that kind of stuff. And the insole, same thing. It's got, this is my shoe. This is how I wanted it. This is one of my favorites.
This is my shoe.
And then we'll end with this. This is the white Cement Supreme SB headstock from 2002.
He about to go home and cry. He about to sign out.
Yo,
got a tear.
Keep those, man. Don't sell them, man. Keep those. Keep them.
I won't.
Keep them, man. Keep those, man. Sheesh.
Man.
So hard. And I'm surprised that you like those better than you like the black and cement. I'm really shocked.
I think it's just my love for the white cement from.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
the white shoe is clean. That white one is clean.
yeah, those are hard.
Yeah, them clean.
Woo! Yo, this is gonna be the year I get the.
I'm praying.
Find me a used pair, please. Someone size 13. Let me know.
I might have you. We're gonna chat a little bit when we get out there. So this has been another episode of 2neSquad podcast.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank everybody who's taken the time to subscribe, to share, to hit the like button.
Nice.
We appreciate it. We really, really appreciate you. Special thanks to Mr. Area 13 Sneakers for joining us. He's definitely going to be back. He brought something to this episode that we have yet to do. Just show off the heat. I know it's cold in the South, but he kind of just warmed it up with all the heat.
Man, what?
We're gonna start calling you the Human Torch, man. That's Johnny Storm, man. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and there will be more episodes. I'm your host, Rad Rim, a co-host, and our special guest. We are signing off. Till next time. Peace. Love.